Welcome to your workout for the follicular phase. This is a cardiovascular workout that has a focus and a target on the lower body, the legs, the glutes. This practice will allow you to get into that elevated working zone for your heart rate without any weight bearing on the hands. So if you're healing any wrist issues or perhaps even shoulder issues, a lot of these movement patterns will allow you to get a great workout without any weight bearing on the hands. We are using interval training for this workout. We have 45 seconds of work and 15 seconds of rest. We are in the follicular phase, so you can kind of push yourself into those higher working zones for your heart rate, but be mindful that you're not going too far in or staying in the breathless zone. You have an extra reserve of energy in your tank with a slightly lower metabolism in this first half of your cycle. So really try to push yourself, feel the challenge, and gather all of the benefits that come from a cardiovascular workout. As with all of our practices, this one includes a warm-up in the beginning and a cool down and meditation brief rest period at the end, but use these elements however they suit you best. If you're limited on time and you're coming in warm, ready to move, please feel free to skip ahead straight to the workout portion of the practice. Likewise, if you'd like to transition in your own way or you have your own practice to kind of close out your workout, feel free to skip the cool down at the end, although I hope you can stay with us for these important parts of the workout practice. For today, body weight only, so no weights needed. I do recommend having a towel and some water, as this is going to be a sweaty one. A lot of these movement patterns employ explosive or jumping kind of invigorating effort. But if you're nursing some injuries or you want kind of lower impact movement to be kind to your joints today, I will demonstrate in the beginning the low impact version, and then we'll slowly begin to amp up the intensity throughout each interval. Let's get started. We'll start our warm-up part of the practice with a brief body scan just to check in with your mind and body so that you know how you're arriving on the mat today. Let your hands rest by your sides, or maybe you even bring them onto your body wherever they feel most natural. Begin to rock forward and back on your feet. You might even let the gaze soften or close the eyes just a bit so that you can really tune in to anything your body might be wanting to communicate with you before you begin to move. Enjoy 3 very deep rounds of breath here. Inhale through the nose. And then shed something here. Exhale. Twice more like this. Inhaling. And exhaling. Last big breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Stay committed to that connection to the breath as we continue to move today. Let your feet come about hips width distance apart. We'll begin with just a simple march here, tapping opposite knees as you march. Keep the belly hugging in, keep the shoulders floating over the hips, the spine is nice and tall. We're just creating a bit of fluid movement here to get us going, to warm up the spine. From here, begin to tap the heels, so really lifting the knee into the chest rather than crunching over. Can you lift up? Stay connected to your breath here, in and out through the nose as you can, and then beginning to use those exhales through the mouth as needed as we begin to warm up. Our practice today is an interval training workout, so I'll be guiding you through the whole way. All you have to do is stay focused, stay present, and pause here. Step your feet a little bit wider than hips width distance. Let your toes turn slightly out. The heels are slightly in. We're just here for air squats. So inhale, come down, and exhale, press up. Inhale, lower, and exhale, rise. We're here using your breath, warming the legs. We won't work them too hard here because there's plenty of work to come for the legs. This non-weight bearing practice really uses every muscle in both legs as we go through. A few more here. Let's do 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. We'll turn to face the short edge of your mat. Take an inhale, reach your arms overhead. And as you exhale, fold over your legs, step your right foot back behind you, let the knee come down. With an inhale, reach your arms up. Gentle side bend here, taking left hand to your left hip, right arm stretches up and over. Just really awakening the front line of the body here. Come back up through center, inhale. As you exhale, frame your foot. Begin to straighten that front leg any amount, just working into the hamstring, checking in with how it feels today. You can flex the foot for a slightly deeper, different stretch. Keep the spine long, the heart elevated. Come back through center here, right hand plants, lift your back knee up into a lunge, and begin to spin your left arm open. Spinal twist here, a bit of rotation, so that we access all planes of movement in the spine before we get into our workout. Left hand comes down. We'll just exchange sides here, transitioning either through a forward bend or through plank. Left knee comes down. Inhale, rise, reach the arms high. Side bend, right hand to the right hip, left arm stretches up and over. Keep the belly and the low belly integrated here. So drawing in. And then come back up through center, inhale. As you exhale, hands frame the front foot, straighten that front leg any amount. Keep the heart stretching forward toward your big toe. Really welcome any heat, any increased circulation that you might be feeling already as we warm the body. Come back through lunge, back knee lifts, left hand stays planted, spin your right arm open as best as you can, keeping the hips squared to create that stable anchor from which you can rotate the spine open. Right hand comes back down, step your back foot forward, and then bone by bone, slowly rise up, stretch your arms overhead. And as you exhale, let your arms rest down by your sides. We're ready to move. We'll start our workout portion of this practice now. We're beginning the workout portion of this practice now. Once I start my timer, we'll have about 15 seconds to get set up. And I'll keep track of the intervals for you. We're going in 15 with a squat to goalpost arms and then a heel tap. So simple alternating here in about 9 more seconds. You can start to kind of get your body ready for movement, have your towel and your water handy. And here we go with the first interval. We squat and tap the opposite heel. Squat down and heel. You control the range of motion here. You can make it deeper if you'd like a little bit more challenge, or stay a little bit higher with the hips just to give you more power. Maybe you have access to a different area of strength here. Keep your arms and elbows elevated, so elbows are level with the shoulders. Imagine a gentle touch, pressing your palms back to stay spacious across the chest. You can also begin to add a little hop if that feels right for you. Any adjustments you need to make, take them for you. And rest. So we've got 15 seconds of rest before we move into our next alternating movement. So this one's just a step out, lunge, lift, and back. So we're stepping out in 3, 2, 1. Step out 45 degrees, lift to the toes and back down. Step back to the other side, lift and back. So this is the low impact version here. If you'd like to up level a bit, you can step out and hop. Step out and hop. That'll really get your heart rate elevated, moving you into the working zone. We're here for 15 more seconds. So our first set here of 5 exercises will be alternating sides before we move into 3, 2, 1, a bit of targeted work where we're doing one side only in the last several movements. I'll guide you through this, but just know that here we're working both sides evenly, and then we're moving into more targeted work. So our next one is a step out jack with a narrow squat push. So you're just stepping side to side and really pushing without locking the elbows. Use the power of your arms here. So even though we aren't weight bearing on the hands, we can begin to add strength in the arms here. If you want to level this up a little bit, you can begin to jack and push. Jack out and push. Make sure that your mechanics and form are always the priority. So taking the version that allows you to keep quality reps from start to finish. 3, 2, and 1. We're going now into a slightly more complex movement pattern, but just kind of follow where your body naturally goes. So it's a curtsy with a cross and then a squat to the opposite side. And here we go. So squat, knee cross, curtsy, knee cross. And then we alternate. So you go from one side to the other here. You're always crossing the body, knee to opposite elbow, keeping the shoulders over the hips. Spine is elevated, heart is expansive to give you the space you need to breathe. If you'd like to level up, it's a little hop as you cross, or here. Can even be just a lift onto the toes. There's so many levels where you can take this. 3, 2, and 1. Now we're into our tap jacks. So we're just stepping out, tapping down, and together. Alternating sides or adding the jump in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we step out and tap and together. Out and together. So again, low impact, you're here. You're still working the whole body. If you want to take it up, we're here. Squat and together. Kind of like a drop squat here. Staying light in those feet. Soft landings. We're here. Last few reps. You can always alternate between the low impact and high impact. And rest. So that was our first 5 movement patterns, alternating sides. And now we'll be on a single side. So right leg is forward for the next 4 movements. We're reaching up and pulsing down. Inhale up, exhale down. So it's a lat pull. Really engage the muscles of the back and let your elbows come to shoulder height. If you want to add more range of motion, you can even squeeze the elbows into the side body. That back knee is just hovering off the mat. Belly stays strong. Navel pulling to spine. You can slow it down or speed it up to suit you. And know that you can adjust every moment of the way. 3, 2, and 1. Our next movement, right leg is forward. We're moving into warrior 3. So left leg back, arms are reaching, and we're just sweeping the arms back as we pull the knee in. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Warrior 3, find your stability and press the palms up. Palms are down, reaching forward. Palms are up, reaching back. The knee hugs in. So this is a really good opportunity to find a steady point to gaze upon. Check in with your breath. Check in with your thoughts. The minute you get distracted, you might find your balance gets thrown a little bit off. Reach in both directions and then curl in. Expand and contract. Breathe, exhale. Last 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. You should start to feel that right leg. So our next movement on the right side is a lunge with a knee drive and then a front kick. So the right foot is forward, left leg is back. We're stepping back, knee drive, and front kick. We're here, knee drive and front kick. So take the kick to whatever height Feels good without straining the hamstrings here. Don't let the ego take over and reach your foot higher than it needs to go. Find your work, find your edge, and play there. Knee drive and front kick. Get your balance as needed. Knee drive, front kick. Should really feel that right leg working for you here. And rest. So now we've got one more movement pattern here. It's going to be a lunge with a heel tap. So we step the right foot forward, left foot back. It's a pulse with a heel tap. So you pulse, tap the front heel. You can keep your right arm out to the side for a little bit of added work in the upper body. Soft landing. So can you control the descent of that front foot without letting it come crashing down? Use the power to lift you off and then control to slowly lower. We're here. Keep that right arm strong, extending out. And 3, 2, all the way to the end. And 1. Rest here. Now we're switching sides. So the left leg for the next 4 movement patterns is forward. We're pulsing a lunge with a lat pull down. Arms start up. Here we go. And pull down. Again, you decide the range of motion that you need in the upper body. We're here. Stay strong. Notice if your ribs tend to flare out, especially as you add in the arms, can you hug them in? Stay integrated. So we're moving through these patterns now on the left side, and then we'll complete that entire circuit one more time before some nice core work on the mat. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, rest. We're moving into our warrior 3 with the tricep press. Tricep extension back. So left leg stays rooted. Warrior 3 with the right leg back. Here we go. Reach, palms press up. Reach, engage the triceps as you press up. Find stability here. Notice how your focus is directly related to your balance. Connect with the sound of your breath. This is a time to slow down, to really pay attention. As best as you can, keep one long line in the upper body. Deep breaths. Exhale the effort, the work, and any heat you might be building. And rest. So now we're moving into left leg is forward. It's a knee drive with a front kick. In about 5 seconds, we're ready here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So we're step back lunge, knee drive, and a front kick. You might feel one side is very different from the other, especially when it comes to mobility in the backs of the legs. So honor each side and its uniqueness. Stick with quality reps from the beginning to the end of the interval. We're here, lunge, knee drive, lunge, front kick. Can you keep your shoulders over the hips the whole time? They may tend to want to lean forward or back and rest. Always keep them floating over the hips. Towel off, drink water as needed. We're back to our front heel taps in about 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Left foot is forward. We tap the heel. Can you land softly, silently? Maybe extend the left arm out. Keep that isometric hold in the left arm. It might create a bit more balance for you. Last movement for this round on the left side. Use your breath. Slow down if you need to. 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. So we have that full circuit, our alternating sides, and then each individual side. We're going back to goalpost with heel taps. 2, 1. Here we go. Goalpost, tap the heel. This is your low impact option. You're here, or you can add the hops. So long as you can maintain the quality reps. You can even just do a lift onto the toes. Your feet don't have to leave the ground. Keep the heart elevated. Keep your breath flowing deeply. We're here. A few more reps. Keep those arms strong. 3, 2, and 1. Back to our step out lunges. So you're stepping out at 45 degrees and lifting or hopping. We're going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We step out, lift up, and back. Step out, lift up, and back. So this is the last round for each of these movements. So make them count. Make every rep as good as the first one. You can add the hops or alternate between. Modify the practice to meet you where you are so that it works for your body. We're here for a few more. 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Stay with it. We're back to our step out jack and push. So really recruit the upper body here as if you were pushing through water. So we're stepping out, stepping together and push. Out, together, push. Out without locking the elbows. Can you generate some strength in the arms? Add range of motion. Let the whole body participate. And then if you like, you can take the intensity up by jumping out and push. Out and push. You got this. Stay with it. We're here. Keep the upper body steady and rest. We're more than halfway through. We're moving now to that curtsy lunge with a cross-body knee drive. Squat in between sides. Here we go. And curtsy, knee to opposite elbow, squat, other side. Curtsy, always crossing the body with the knee here. Just follow the rhythm. It's like a wave. Your legs sort of know where to go next. Once you get the pattern, your body's in flow. Use your breath to stay in the wave. Really drawing the belly into spine to stabilize the torso, your pelvis. 3, 2, and 1. We've got one more movement here. Our tap jacks. So we're stepping out, tapping down, and reaching together. Here we go. Step out, tap the floor, and together. Out and together. This is your low impact option. You can ramp up the intensity by picking up the pace, or you can jack it out. Using your breath, controlling the descent. Nice job. Check in with yourself. Do another body scan. What do you need to adjust to make it through the next 8 minutes of these intervals before we go to our core work? Okay, we're shifting now to the right side. I'll face you here just so you know that I'm with you. Right leg is forward, I'll be opposite you. In movement here, we're reaching up and pulling down. Pulsing on the right side, up and reach. Pull the lats down. Check in with your heart rate. Notice if you're pushing that breathless zone, can you dial it back just a bit until you can gather awareness and breath. Here we are. A few more reps on this right side. 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. So we're staying now right leg is planted, moving into warrior 3 with that tricep kickback. In 3, 2, 1. Reach out, warrior 3, and pull in. Warrior 3, press the palms down, curl in, palms go up and back. You're here. Let that right leg grow tree roots to support you. Breathe in, breathe out, expand, contract and release. Here we are. Stay with it till the end. Last few breaths, last few reps. 3, 2, and 1. Rest, rest, rest. So now right leg is still forward. I'll face you once again here. Stepping back to a knee drive and then a front kick. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Step back, knee drive, back, front kick. Back, knee drive. You can add the arms if that helps you create power and stability. Sometimes, especially with these single-sided balance patterns, the slower you go, the more it recruits the stabilizing muscles in your standing leg. Stay with me. We're almost through this side. One more movement pattern left. And 3, 2, 1, rest. So as you let your heart rate recover here, you can towel off, grab a drink. We're back to our front heel taps. Right leg forward in 3, 2, 1. So we lunge, tap that heel. Again here, you can keep the right arm extending straight out to the side. That isometric hold, really engaging the muscles. Imagine a palm pressing up into your hand. Can you resist it? Energize downward. What do you need here to keep every rep as good as the last? 10 more seconds. Last 3, 2, and 1. You're done with the right side. You just have one side left. Stay with me. 4 more minutes of work, and then we're down to the mat. Let's take that left leg forward. I'll stay with you, facing you here. Lat pull downs with the lunge pulse. And go. Inhale and exhale. So check in with your heart. Do you need to slow the pace? I recommend, if you need a break, just moving a little bit more slowly rather than stopping. That can be a bit too intense. So if you need a break, just slow it down. I can tell my heart rate is pushing into that max zone. So I'm gonna slow it down here. Keep quality reps. I'm still feeling it 100% in the legs. 3, 2, and 1. Take what you need to recover here. 10 more seconds. We're moving into warrior 3 with the tricep extension and curl in. Left leg is standing. 3, 2, 1. Here we are. Extend and contract. Reach out, pull back. So again, imagine you're moving the arms through water. What kind of effort would you put forward if you were moving your arms through water or even honey, something viscous that adds a bit of resistance? Keep the belly hugging into the spine. And at the same time, can you expand evenly across the front and back of the heart? Reach and curl in. And rest. Excellent, excellent job. We have 2 more minutes. We're moving now into that knee drive and front kick, alternating with the step back lunge. Quick towel, quick drink, and we're back in it. Here we go. Step back, knee drive, back, front kick. We're here. Use your breath, especially as we get close to the end. What do you need to let go of? What do you need to shed and leave on the mat? Knee drive, front kick. We're here for 15 more seconds. Stay with it. Keep your balance. Quality reps till the very end. 3, 2, and 1. We have 1 more movement pattern for this left side before we come down to the mat. It's going to be a quick transition. When we're done with this, I'll walk you through it. So we're doing those front heel taps. And here we go. Lunge, heel tap. Left arm extending straight out. Isometric hold. Recruit your reserves of strength here. Can you go deeper? Can you tap in to what you have left while still leaving a bit in your tank? We don't want to deplete your reserves. We're here till the end. Breathe in, breathe out. 3, 2, and 1. Excellent, excellent job. We're coming down to the mat now. We're doing a supine single leg bridge, and we're twisting it up a little bit here. Instead of resting, you're gonna hold. So we're here. Pulse up and down. You can keep the left leg planted. Right foot presses straight up toward the ceiling. Here we are. We have 4 minutes of core work before our cool down welcomes us. Stay with it till the end. We're in our working interval here. Pressing through the left foot to lift the hips, to drive the hips up. The upper body stays relaxed. Shoulders are even. Here comes our finale. In 3 seconds, we're gonna hold at the top. This is where the work is. Hold for 15 seconds. Feel that left leg working. Press your right foot toward the ceiling. Really engage the glutes. 3, 2, 1. Straight to the other side. Lift up and back down. Left leg lifts and down. Press the right foot straight down into the mat. Really Rooting down through the heel to lift the hips high. Do what you need to do to keep the upper body relaxed. For me, a lot of times that means softening my hands, my fingers. I can tend to grip when the work gets hard. Engage the right glute. Keep the left leg strong and steady, nice and straight. We've got 10 more seconds here, and then the finale we hold. And hold it up. 15 seconds. Straight up, straight down. After this, we're coming into boat pose pulses, so get ready to lift up to a seat in 3, 2, 1. We rise up. You can let your hands support you by your sides. We're just out and up. Reach out and up. Keep the shoulders nice and relaxed away from the ears. Keep space across the chest. Can you expand across the chest? Keep the energy of your legs hugging to the midline. Big toes, heels, ankles, shins, knees, thighs. Everything draws in to support you in movement. Imagine your upper thighs and your belly connecting at the top. And 5, 4, 3, 2, hold at the top. If you can, release your hands. Imagine thighs hugging to your belly, heart lifting up. Squeeze everything to the center. What do you have here? In 3, 2, 1. Release down onto the back. Legs are at 90, heel taps. Down, back to 90. Down and up. So we're here for the 45-second working interval. And then as we hold, we're going to move into an isometric press. So you can start to have your hands ready, pressing on your thighs. We're still moving here, but for the last 15 seconds, we'll be pressing thighs into hands, and as hard as you can, everything you have, hands into thighs. 10 more seconds. And you're almost to the end. 3, 2, 1. Here, press your hands into thighs. Hug your thighs into your hands. Draw the low back down into the mat. Belly hugs to spine. You should feel the entire abdominal bands all the way around working. 3, 2, and 1. Release. Excellent, excellent work. You made it to the end of the workout portion of this practice. I do so hope that you'll join us for a brief cool down, a bit of meditation and rest at the end. But if this is where you're leaving us, thank you so much for showing up and for sweating with us today. We'll move into the cool down portion of our practice now. As you begin to cool down with that core work, your heart rate might still be a bit elevated, but should be kind of working back into the normal range. So we'll just begin to windshield wiper the legs here. Nice and slow. Controlled. We're going to give our legs a nice juicy stretch. They've done so much work for us today. The hip flexors, the quads, the glutes, the hamstrings. From here, hug your knees into your chest. Let your left foot plant down on the mat. Extend your right leg long. Any place on the back of that right leg, begin to encourage your right leg toward your body. Let the upper body stay completely relaxed. Circle the ankle here, the toes in one direction, and then the other. We're in that exhale part of our workout. We put the effort forward, and now we receive all of the benefits. Point and flex the toes just a bit more, and then really reach the heel toward the ceiling. Maybe start to bicycle that leg. And then cross your right ankle over your left knee. This one should feel very, very good. Figure 4 stretch here. You can hug the back of the left thigh or even the left shin into your body. Again, notice if your shoulders are curling up to reach your legs, where can you relax them down? Take out any excess effort that you might still have here. Maybe rocking side to side. It's always a bit of a transition from quick-paced movement to stillness, so we'll just honor the body as we make our way there. And then release your left foot back down. Take the shape of the legs over to the left. Find a nice twist. Again here, letting this be more a posture of receiving. So can you really release the weight of your legs? Notice the body's tendency to really grip and hold your body in space. Where can you give something over to gravity? And keep the left knee as it is on the earth. Take your right foot to the inside of your left thigh. And then if you like, you can hug the left heel in toward your sitting bone. Just find a nice opening in the left quad, creating 2 anchor points. So the inner knee and then the hip. And can you really elongate and stretch? Use your right foot to assist. And then coming back through center without rush, now that we know what's coming. Let your right foot plant down, extend the left leg long, and then encourage your left leg toward you. Anywhere that you like. Might be behind the calf or behind the thigh and the hamstring. Then begin to circle the left foot. Really feel the shin, the calf, kind of releasing any hold, any gripping they may have had, especially with all of the single-sided balance postures. These muscles really get recruited and engaged. Then flex and point the toe a bit, really reach through the heel. And then cycle your left leg toward and away from you. Now as we begin to move slower and feel the pull inward, cross left ankle over right knee, figure 4. Can you enter into a space of self-reflection? How did you feel before your practice? And how do you feel right now? How are you walking off your mat a different person than the way you arrived? And how are you the same? What do you want to take with you that you brought here, that you showed up with? You might start to feel that stillness comes a bit more naturally now. Lower the right foot to the mat. Let the shape of the legs lower over to the right. Gentle twist. Again here, really making an effort to relax the hip flexors, the low belly, so that you can receive this twist, receive the circulation, the massage for the spine. We'll be here a breath or 2 more. And then keep your right leg as it is, perhaps hugging right heel a little bit closer to sitting bone. Bring your left foot to the inner right thigh, and with some very generous pressure, press down with your left foot into your right leg. And you might have to play around a bit with the position of your left foot until you find the right sensation in the right thigh. Can you reach the right knee toward the opposite end of your mat? And last breath here. And then coming back through center, giving yourself a squeeze. And just noticing if there's any shape or any position you'd like to find before you enter your resting period. And then for rest, you might just find yourself fully extended, maybe the soles of the feet together, knees open. You might bring knees together, feet wide. Let your eyes close. If you find that your mind is still very busy, you might let your eyes stay open, but let them be very soft. And how can you open to all of the light, the energy that is available from your practice? Everything you've stirred up, that's what is available to us in this first half of the cycle, the follicular phase. It's all about shaking loose stagnation and stirring up creative energy, this inner spring. How can you tap into that quality here? We'll stay about a minute more. Only when you're ready, invite your awareness back into the room, back into your body. You might gently wiggle fingers and toes. And begin your journey up to a comfortable seat. Take any path that you like to get there. And once you're there, just giving yourself a pause to collect, to merge once again your inner and outer worlds before you move into the rest of your day, so that you can do so with intention. And bring your hands onto your body, anywhere that they land comfortably. I want to thank you so much for showing up today, for moving with me, and for being a part of this collective of women who move by the moon.